Hey guys, Anita Bonita here. I'm here with two lovely ladies to talk about our natal charts. Now, I know it sounds a little bit weird, but what it really is just a snapshot of the sky when you were born. They take that snapshot, they take into consideration your family, your parents' signs, your signs, everything that made you you. And I feel like this is a very big part of learning yourself and talking to people, finding out about yourself and other people. It's a part of growth. You can't really be too close minded. People are just cells. There's no real colors or anything. So it's all like a mental thing, and you need to figure out, these energies. So I'm here with Annalise.
Hello.
And that's my homegirl Steph's daughter. I've always supported her. I love that her mom supports everything that she does. There's a lot of stuff out here that is lacking, and that's one of it. Please support your kids. Support them for what makes them happy. And Anna loves astrology. Not only does she love astrology, she paint faces, she makes cakes, she does all kinds of stuff. Straight entrepreneur for very muchos años. So support your young kids. This one right here is mine.
Hey, girl.
Hey girl, that's my girl, my only girl. So what Anna's going to do today is she's going to read our natal charts and give us more of an understanding of who we are individually, why we are like that, and hopefully it helps me and my daughter build our relationship. I really suggest that some of you guys go into looking up your children um because it matters. Like, it will really help you understand them. It will really help your relationship. It will really help you know, because everyone's like, oh, they're just like me, they're just like me, like, I could say that all day about her, but she's still her own person. She still has her own things going on in her head, and I need to understand some of that mess.
It's not a mess.
So I don't want to waste any more time. I will let Anna explain to you. One of the first questions I definitely want to ask her is, what got you into astrology?
What got me into astrology was, I think when I was younger, my aunt was always telling me that I'm a Cancer and I'm emotional. And I never really knew what I mean. Like, of course, as a kid, we are like, oh, I have Cancer. What does that mean?
Yes, I get that all the time because I'm a Cancer baby too. Shout out to emotional.
But yeah, she's always been telling me that. And then as I got older, she told me that when I got older, that I would start to, like, distance myself. And then it did happen. I started to distance myself and I started to get in my little crab shell. And then I kind of, like, started to wonder, like, why, how did she know that? Like, how?
Was it magic? Was it like, yeah.
So I started to research it, and the more you get into it, the more it kind of explains things that you always had questions about. And the more you start to discover who you are, and it just helps a lot with that process, because a lot of people are lost nowadays, I feel.
Yes, definitely. And I know you mentioned before about the social media aspect of it, and how people are very separated nowadays.
Everyone's so detached, and, like, you don't find many spiritual people nowadays. I mean,
well, especially at your age, honey. Yeah. Hey, shout out to young folks.
At my age, yeah, it's not, like, astrology and, like, spirituality aren't important. They're worried about different things, and I feel like it is an important thing that
to understand yourself, and other people. So, do you believe the stars, honey?
We better find out. I guess.
Oh! She said, we about to find out. We finna find out. All right. We finna find out. So, what's up? You're going to let me know about me. My daughter's going to let me know if it fits.
All right. So, to start out with, I feel like everyone should know that there is more than just your sun sign, and your sun sign is the month that you were born in. So, you'd be a Cancer because you were born in June. I mean, it's June and July, but you're still a Cancer. And then she would be a Pisces. And it differs. There's 12 total zodiac signs. But there's still more to that. That's only a part of you, and you have an entire chart to you.
That goes with it.
Yeah.
So I'm not just a Cancer. The fact of what my mom and dad was also affects me as that Cancer.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, you have like it covers all areas of life. That's inside of like things that you need to work on, but also things that are obstacles in your life. So I'm gonna only focus on a couple of those because if I did the whole thing, we'd be sitting here forever.
We gonna do this later though, cause I need to know. So go ahead.
So I'm gonna go over your I'm gonna go over 3 areas for both of you: your ascendant sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign.
Okay.
The ascendant sign represents first impressions, how you project yourself, and how others perceive you in day-to-day life. Your sun sign is your soul, who you are, how you wish to project yourself, even if you may not. And then your moon sign represents your emotions and your relationship with your mother. So those 3 things are kind of the main 3.
Dun, dun, dun. It's like, nah, go ahead. We
Those
good.
are the main 3 things that kind of play the biggest role, I want to say, in everyone's chart. Now, there are other signs that kind of represent your emotions and like your core, but those are the main 3 that.
And of course, if your mother isn't there, then that just means that like another guardian or someone else probably will fall into that category. Yeah, because some people, shout out to that.
And it'll even say that sometimes when someone has like a karmic some type of karmic energy in their chart, it'll say that their mother might not have been there and they'll have somebody else there.
Okay.
Like that kind of stuff is shown.
Oh, sometimes. See, I'm telling you, go into your natal charts definitely and help figure out yourself and your loved ones.
Though, because with every negative thing, there's always a positive.
To balance it out, to help you understand. And that's what it all is about, is balance of energies and keeping that homeostasis.
Okay, so we're going to start with you. Your ascendant sign, how you project yourself, is in Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign. Earth signs can be described as like hardworking, loyal, stubborn.
Very stubborn. That's how other people see me?
Yeah.
Okay.
They can see you as, there are
hardworking, stubborn, independent.
Yes, independent.
It's like, nah. Oh, yeah, for real?
Yeah, that is one.
Oh, okay. I just threw it in there because, girl, listen.
Okay, so Taurus, the sign, is ruled by the planet Venus, which is the planet of love and beauty. So that's going to be, because it's your first, the ascendant is where the sun was rising when you were born. So that is going to be the ruler of your entire chart. So your entire chart and you are ruled by the planet Venus, basically.
And that's love and
beauty, yeah.
Love and beauty, hey! Say, nah, go ahead.
She's jealous.
I only like it right now. I don't know. Keep going now.
So you're symbolized by the bull, Taurus. You're gonna pretty much.
And that's how I see myself to other, like
how others see you.
So we're still on that.
Yeah, we're still on that. I didn't even finish with that one.
Yeah, because that's Taurus, and Taurus is the bull. Okay.
Yeah. So the saying "slow and steady wins the race" is very Taurus. You're a natural money maker. People will see that about you. You're natural, like. You have your ways of getting the things that you want, basically. When you set a goal, you'll get it, basically. Yeah. You're very, driven in that way.
Persistent,
for sure. When things get hard, you don't usually jump ship. You kind of just stick through it and kind of make sacrifices and push down your maybe, materialistic needs. Sometimes when you need to, help others or when you need to, compromise with others, you'll push that, part of you down. Just to keep the peace and keep it,
for a certain period of time.
Yeah, pretty much. That's not to say that you won't speak your mind, because you will. But especially when your peace is disrupted or...
Say it again for the people in the back. So, go ahead.
But yeah, that's basically the gist of your rising sign.
Okay. It's cool. I'm ready.
He just spit a piece of paper. Alright, so where am I at? Right, your sun. Yeah. Oh, I also wanted to mention that was in the first house. I think I did mention that, but basically the houses are areas of your life. So your next house and your next placement would be your Cancer sun. So when people are looking into astrology at first and they see the zodiacs and the horoscopes, the reason why they're so thrown off by it is because sure, you'll be a certain sign, but it's going to be so broad because there are 12 houses.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're reading a general like horoscope, you're not going to see which house exactly that you have in your chart.
Mm-hmm.
And the time you were born is very important.
Yeah.
To that, like, to know exactly where.
What sets you apart from other people that are the same
than
sign.
other cancers, yeah. So, Cancer's a water sign. Water signs are emotional, sensitive, all of that. Intuitive. They can be very loving, vulnerable, family-oriented sometimes. Secretive,
See
private.
how she added it sometimes.
Yes. Cancer specifically is the main area of body it rules is actually like the rest, or what is it, like breasts and the, because cancer,
in the stomach.
Yeah, cancer is the mother basically. So the third house is the house of communication. So you value communicating with others and exchanging knowledge. Knowledge is very important to you. Knowledge is power.
What? Say it again for the people in the back. I say it every day, girl. I say it every day. Now I know I ain't tripping. Yes, knowledge is power. I say that all the time.
And you may feel as though, even though you're so knowledgeable about something, there's never, like, you never feel like there's enough. You have to keep pushing and keep pushing to fully understand something. And even when you're at that fully understanding point, you feel like
there's more. There's more. There's always more. There's always somebody smarter. Somebody's brain to pick.
There's always more to learn, yeah. So there's always room for improvement, no matter how knowledgeable you are about a subject. Your main thing, you want to be seen and heard in your community as well as valued. You want people to know you as somebody that is knowledgeable and see you as somebody who they can go to for not only that loving Cancer energy, but just being someone who should be well respected because you know, and you really do put yourself. What is it like? You really try to be that knowledgeable person through through.
It's everything. Genuine.
Yeah.
My effort is genuine.
Yeah, you put a lot of effort into things. You are very caring. That's just how Cancers are.
So far, so good, girl.
So establishing that independence at a young age for you really helped you bring out these talents that you have of the knowledge is power. Mm-hmm. That's basically it, yeah. So, Cancers...
I thought there was going to be a but.
No.
But.
I mean, yeah, if you didn't have that independence, you really wouldn't be as happy as you could be. Mm-hmm. Because you'd be relying on others and you'd not really feel... You wouldn't be at that point that you are now. Mm-hmm. So other Cancer traits are just the emotional nurturing. But I'm sure most people know that stuff. Your strengths, you're tenacious, you're highly imaginative. Imagination. You hate when people criticize you, in a way that's not constructive. You just hate people that are
preying on your downfall.
Yeah, preying on your downfall, basically.
Just saying it without trying to make me better.
Yeah.
Being a hater.
You may not like people that are so detached from their feelings either. Mm-hmm. If someone is in your life and they show no type of emotion or empathy or anything for people, you can't really match that energy. Mm-hmm. And it kind of sucks your energy almost. Yeah.
And I've been told that a lot of my life is where I had to stop getting upset because people were not like me. And that was a big issue for me, is a lot of the time I didn't understand why they didn't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I definitely get that.
Right. Okay. So moving on to your moon sign. Your moon is in Libra. And it's in the 5th house of structure, organization, and routine. So Libra is also ruled by Venus. That's not it wasn't meant to be like that. It just naturally happened. Because I know I said your whole chart was ruled by Venus. Wait, you have a Virgo moon, actually.
Look at you. All right, chicken.
Wrong.
She read it wrong.
You have a Virgo moon. That's completely different. Okay. That's ruled by Mercury, actually. Mercury is the planet of communication. Speech, basically, it's actually the shadow side of Mercury, though, so it's not the positive side, it's the negative side, which is kind of being overly critical, almost, but that also comes from childhood and your mother. You might have felt like she was absent in some areas that you needed her to be there, and she didn't meet your standards in certain ways.
She doesn't know my mother, by the way. She's just speaking on my stars and stuff. So I didn't put her up to this, I promise.
But yeah, and some may argue that because you have that Virgo critical energy, that nobody can meet your standards. But I mean, it's your mother, so there are just areas of life that she didn't meet your needs, and that you had to step up and with that independent. You just had to step up basically at a very young age. She might have even been very critical of you, so you're very critical of yourself. And sometimes the people around you, but mostly yourself. You want things to be a certain way, everything in a certain place.
Yep. Like that routine. Like you said, that routine. If it's not routine and
then you feel off.
Something's not right.
Yeah. Yeah, so you might
like when Samarrah don't close my curtain. It's like, no, let me stop. She don't empty the sink after doing the dishes.
You might be prone to worrying a lot too. You might be a hypochondriac, basically like worried about your health. You also have a routine for your health as well. You have routines for everything basically. Your emotions, I wouldn't say that you really feel. I mean, you are a Cancer, so you are always feeling, but you don't. You kind of categorize, but also like prioritize your emotions.
Yeah, and that also can be a bad thing because sometimes I put the important the ones that are supposed to be important in the back, and then put the other ones in the front, which are not as important.
It's not really helping you.
Yeah. So I get that definitely.
But as a mom, you kind of have to do that sometimes because your kids are always gonna come first for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, any questions?
No, not yet. I mean, it sounds good to me.
That's basically what I have for your chart.
Okay. No, we're good. We can go on tomorrow if you want. Try to get Bornell out of here. He's drawing.
Do Bornell's chart.
Do Bornell's chart?
That'd be funny. When is his birthday?
September.
Is he a Virgo?
The beginning of September, the first week of September.
It's probably a Virgo, yeah.
So, Samarrah Pack, let's get to the good stuff. Go lay down. Okay.
Samarrah's entire chart is ruled by water. She is a water person all around. Her main three are all water.
AKA emotions.
Emotional. She's going to be a very emotional, intuitive being. She's always going to feel things. She's not always going to know why she feels things that she feels. She's going to feel. She's going to be impacted by everything around her. All the energy. She's just going to suck up everything. And she's sometimes not going to know how to process them or how to interpret these things in other people. She might not understand why other people.
This dog is crazy.
Yeah, she just might always question her emotions and why she just always, feels them. And her rising or ascendant sign is in Cancer, so that's also the mother sign.
More emotion. That's little mommy. That is little mommy.
Cancer's symbol is the crab. So although she's emotional, she does have a pinch to her. She is not afraid to see, that's a misconception with Cancer, is that they are emotional, but that doesn't mean they're not willing to put up a fight. Basically.
Those claws. You use them claws if you gotta use them claws.
Especially when their home life is threatened. If you try and
their love, their emotion, you hurt their feelings and it's over.
Yeah.
We never forget how you made us feel.
That's very true.
Ever. And my kid is not just because she's my kid. It's because she's all water. All emotion. I gotta work on that too. She's worse than me.
And it's not that you have to, I mean.
I told you she is, but it helps me understand. This is why you gotta understand your kids.
It's true. So her Cancer rising, I mean, sometimes it can go and speak of appearance. She might have a sad look to her sometimes. She might just look kind of spaced out. And, I don't know. I mean, she might be asked what's wrong a lot.
Yes. Oh my God. And there don't be nothing wrong.
She's just that's my natural face. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's her resting face.
She might even appear reserved or shy at first, which knowing her, she's not. But
She is so goofy, but
Yeah.
she is definitely reserved and protected. I think that just
Protective,
comes with
yeah.
time
Mhm.
and that protection.
I wear my heart on my sleeve.
You little cancer baby.
To other people,
Literally.
when going into things, you go fully with your heart and your intuition. You don't really listen to like. I wouldn't say that you are influenced by others more so than you kind of like if it doesn't feel right inside of you, then you won't do it. Kind of.
Yes, because if I get the feeling that I'm going to get in trouble, I'm not going to do it.
Well.
But or if you don't, you also allow it. Like you don't want people to be mad at you, or you don't want all that. Like you don't want to your heart to be compromised neither. So sometimes you use that, and it gets you in trouble because people use the fact that you care so much against you.
Yeah, like why would they?
And then you don't want to hear nothing because that's your people's.
So you have a Pisces sun in the 9th house. The 9th house is the house of higher education and thought, basically. So it's kind of a weird house for your sun to be in, but basically you have a very philosophical like aspect or nature to you. You want to know everything about everything. You want to know everything about everyone. You want to explore religions and you want to explore people and get to know people, kind of.
So she's an open-minded nosy.
Yeah.
I want to know everything.
Hey, as long as the judgment isn't there, and she doesn't have judgment, she loves learning everything.
She's gonna have a very developed personality too, and she's gonna pick up on everybody else's kind of. She's really adaptable, also kind of like she can kind of morph and like.
Is that from her cancerness?
No, it's from her Pisces.
Okay.
Pisces is very dreamy.
Mm-hmm.
And they live in like a dreamland, basically.
Oh.
Fantasies.
Yeah, she's very connected with her dreams.
Imagination.
You have a gift for being able to renew your life. So you will go through a lot of hard emotional things in your life, but you'll always be able to bounce back from them.
I bounce back hard.
Yeah, you're always something that can be taken as good or bad. You always want to see the best in people.
To a fault, but I do love that she is like that. I really do.
But yes, other than that, you just want to understand the world around you, and you're also highly likable. I find that Pisces are usually like people are drawn to you. They love your energy, your natural aura. They just love being around you.
Even when I try not to be friendly, they just like me. They like me.
And yeah, sometimes another aspect to Pisces, they're always gonna have these feelings going around and around, and like you're not gonna know where they came from. Sometimes someone will tell you something that happened in your life or in their life, and you'll think that it's like your brain kind of tricks you, and you kind of get in your feelings over something that happened in their life, and it's not even your life, and you're like, why am I emotional about something that happened to them? And it's like, because you're so empathetic that you're always feeling other people's feelings. They rub off on you no matter, like, it just happens, basically, and people are probably always going to go to you to talk about their feelings.
Yes, like I can handle it, like I know what to do.
But you got to protect it because you can't, I tell you all the time, you can't pour too much out. You got to save some in your cup for yourself.
Another thing, you might have a hard time taking accountability for your actions.
Now she's all right with it, but she didn't at first. She had a hard time at first.
Now I'm just an open book. Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I did it.
That's because she knows she's not a good liar.
So I just stopped lying.
To conclude on your sun, you really do wear these rose-colored glasses when you're going out into the world or on your own. You're not going to realize that people are trying to use you sometimes, and you're not going to, at first, like you're going to be very naive, but you'll grow and you'll realize those things. And
my biggest fear.
What night? Her being taken advantage of?
Her going out into the world and being naive.
It'll happen, though, because she sees the best in everybody. She always wants to believe that
People just be in a bubble.
People's hearts are as pure as hers, even though they may not be. She was always gonna. That's just how you're gonna be, how you are. Possibly, I don't know.
And I'm here for it. Just know that I will get ghetto if y'all want to be out here messing with my baby's heart. You know what I mean?
Ghetto.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
Just her last for her moon sign.
Mhm.
Her moon is also in Cancer, so that triple water that I was talking about.
Girl, you got Cancer, Pisces, Cancer.
Cancer, Pisces, Cancer.
Yes.
Her moon is in the 12th house, which is the house of mysteries. What was it?
Everybody say I'm
the subconscious, dreams, imprisonment, confinement, kind of all things death and life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird. I mean, it's kind of a heavy place for your moon to be because your moon is your emotions and how you deal with your emotions. So you might be very oversensitive.
Heavy is a good word.
Heavy.
It is a good word, with her emotions being heavy on her, and it definitely makes or break her day, minute, hour, whatever. Like
sometimes you might be involuntarily like vulnerable too when you're not trying to be, but your emotions are going to show in your face sometimes. You have a sense of loneliness and isolation. Sometimes you feel unsupported and alone and kind of lost. I don't mean to get all like this is just how.
Go, keep going, girl. Keep going.
It's not like you lying.
She said it's not like you lying. This is why. Understand your children.
It might have come from a female figure in your early childhood. Possibly your mother. It could not have been. She would have been overly sensitive, but overall she would make sacrifices for your family. Lots of sacrifices. So you're gonna be very close with your mother throughout your whole life.
Even when you try to kick me out of your life.
She's always gonna be there for you when you're choosing who to marry. She's gonna help you, like, cause you respect her opinion, cause that's your mom, and you're like you hold her in your heart. You're always gonna. She's always gonna be very supportive of you. You could find it hard to be away from her. And even when you go through your worst fights, you're always going to be empathetic towards her. You're always going to feel such a strong love for your mom. It doesn't matter how hard the fights are or your disagreements. There's always going to be a closeness there. And just one thing that watch out for, how I was saying how the planets affect us, and how like not only like with the tides and with the sun and the heat and stuff like that, but like emotionally, as the moon is changing, since your moon is in Cancer. As the phases of the moon go by, the fuller the moon is, the more emotional you're going to be. And that's not just for everyone, that's for you, specifically.
Ooh, I know, because when it's...
So watch the sun. Watch the moon.
Yeah, as the moon gets fuller, it's going to affect your emotions. You're constantly going to be feeling something different every single day.
The closer it gets to full.
Yeah, the closer it gets to full, and then the cycle just repeats itself, basically. But you'll learn how to deal with those moments. So
the fuller, the heavier, basically.
Yeah, the fuller, the heavier.
It's nice to know.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep watching that moon.
But yeah, just you have lots of energy taken from your mother. She has a very strong impact on that part of your chart just because Cancer's the mother. And that's basically your emotions. You're very connected in that way. And yeah. That's all for that part. That's all. Actually, I did her whole, 3 places.
Sweet! Alright, so thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is Anna. You could definitely hit me up. Anyone that wants to possibly mentor, show her some different things in astrology, maybe step her up to different levels in the game, hit me up, and we could definitely discuss that. Support your local and young entrepreneurs. Support these kids out here. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They have passions. I even had to go through something where my own son couldn't play baseball because one person said he couldn't be a left-handed catcher. So now we got to try again this year. But that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. One person. No. Support your young kids and what they want to do. Find them mentors, find them guides, find them links, information, support them and promote them. This is my girl. This is my right-hand man. She on the left right now, but you're definitely going to see us around. We're working on a book. So shout out to that in the future coming out. Poetry in a minor. So we'll be out there. Shout out. We gonna be there. We gonna be everywhere. Thank you. A book 2020. Hey, I'll make her do a open mic one day too. She's just trying to be scared. Holla. Thanks, guys.
Just stop.